here, because if I was just, Joe Punter, I could have dozens of hate incidents recorded in my name. So I tried to understand from the police exactly what this means. They said, no, if you do a subject access request, it won't come, it's not recorded against your name as the complainer, it's recorded only in the name of the person who makes the complaint. And I said, well, that's fine, but let's imagine a scenario where, say somebody has a grudge against a school teacher, and they make lots of spurious complaints against the school teacher and say, this school teacher's guilty of racism or hate crime, and the police say, well, we're not recording that as a hate crime, but in line with our policy, we'll record that as a hate incident. And that person then goes to the school board and says, your teacher, Mr. So-and-so, the police have told me he's guilty of 15 hate incidents. What's going to happen to that person's employment?
I had a case once where it was somebody said something as a joke in the privacy of a house, and it ended up in court. I won't say what it was, but this was an absolutely delightful person who clearly said something as a joke. She didn't realize that she was being filmed. I was just horrified at the idea of, there's a word that we Glaswegians use, cliping. Does everybody know what that means? This cliping culture. And I just don't like it. But that's where we're now going to. So I think, do you know what cliping means? No?
I do.
Good. I'm pleased to hear it. Thank you. That I think, and
Snitching, for those at home and outside of
apologies. So I don't know if it's Glaswegian or Scots, right? Of course. Sorry, apologies. Forgive me. So that's my mother always used to say, "Don't clipe." So, and I think it's actually something that is actually something that's a positive, and seems to have been forgotten. I'm not saying people shouldn't report serious incidents happening, but I think that's the culture, and I don't think it's healthy, to be quite honest with you. So
there is potentially a misogyny bill that will be presented to Holyrood in the not too distant future, and Humza intended to bring that forward before he fell on his sword, and he was asked whether the misogyny bill would protect trans women from misogyny, and he said, well, of course it would. Sorry, my Scottish accent's hopeless. So if a misogyny bill is passed by the Scottish Parliament, it sounds like you could have a situation in which a biological woman is prosecuted for being misogynistic against a biological man.